I Earthlings inhabitant of civilized world. I come from civilized. Oh, not old cell how sad mother wanted me to bring this NBA. Okay, thank you, no problem, just get well and make us some of your soap again please. Del. 50 years, but it's been 50 years since I fell into this damned world. We were on way to the company workshop with director Kim and everyone else, when we were suddenly swept landslide. Azurus Canscom and woke strange world. Giant fox with 3 tails, toe-headed red snake. And strange men who we had fallen into the world of Diana novels used to from time to time. Despite that, new co-workers would live better lives than everyone else. Except for me. The sage-like beings who descended from above UI. Were awe of co-workers' mythical talents and took each one of them into their only director Kim and remained this world. To be honest, we had hopes that something special would happen to us too. But director Kim and I didn't have any special abilities without knowing much about this world. All we could do was manual labor. 6 months later, director Kim told me he couldn't live like this any longer, and used all his money to buy third-rate martial arts books sold on the streets. Within 3 months he mastered it and became full-fledged martial artist. He worked for the nation and learned martial arts that were more and more advanced. After he became powerful warrior, he left for the Jiangsu, leaving me behind. Could something special happen to me as well, but until the end, nothing happened to me. All after 50 years I now just old, dying from the common cold. Am from Earth. Give tried hardest to live. Learned the language and how to write, made living, bought small plot of land and built own house. I started making some decent money when I began to make soap using lye, this equivalent of medieval China soap was essentially new concept. However, Azurus Canscom, even that ended after thieves stole soap recipe and their thugs booted me out of the market. What do you want me to do? WN Thlov tried hardest. What does? Couldn't you have been served? Not Ava. Do have to continue having things Alan any from me? I no longer have the energy to keep eyes open. If I just had a bit more power, maybe I might have more opportunities. Poor unities. That was how died and how. Khaki Huh. I still alive. Are these the clothes I wore back on Earth? Head where his. Give finally realized it, I didn't come to this world without powers. Is regression. We were just on company trip, it's the first day we fell into this strange world. While we were the Suva, we suddenly got swept landslide. Yeah, the landslide happened and I saw bright light. It's hard to remember what happened 50 years ago. Thought, hey manager, so if you give regressed, what should I do now? Azurus Canscom. Most regression stories start with abusing future information, but all I know is how to make soap. Manager Geo Yoon Hunal. Oh, section chief, sorry, I was just surprised. Fucking idiot, dozed off while driving on the mountainside, almost got us all killed. I'd forgotten about that. I haven't heard that title so long, couldn't tell he was referring to me. Manager, so do want to lose your job the moment we get back? Yeah, section chief Jean Myong Hoon is son of bitch, his red fin of Jean Myong Chul. Managing director the company I worked at, Sid company. Section chief Jean Myong Chun, he's lucky bastard who became section chief the age of 32. Nepotism. Hold on, stop right there manager, so couldn't have avoided that landslide no matter what he did. Aren't you made chief? This insane bastard was dozing off. That's where this situation? Yeah, I definitely dozed off, but the reason I did was because handed your work over to me, Jean Myonguni, that I had to stay late. Moreover, weren't supposed to be charge of driving. This idiot got all of us stranded. I'm slowly starting to recall memories from 50 years ago. I was still so shocked back then that I apologized to Jean Myong Hoon. I thought I was the wrong. Then I went on to spend the next 50 years just like that, apologizing to people even when group of bandits trampled over me and took belongings. When damned martial artist mocked me, or when regional official took everything I had the name of. Taxes, I kept apologizing. But there was one thing I realized after years of keeping it in. Section Chief Jeans. I know you're made, but now's not the time to be pointing fingers. What? I damn son of bitch. Are asking for fight. Asurus Kanscom. Past life give been beaten martial artists countless times. I was beaten bandits while getting herbs, the mountains I more bandits on years of bad harvest. And even officials because I couldn't pay taxes. The ill who? That world of violence ill, I was able to gain something that these people lack. Violence if hit someone the eyes their fear is amplified. After being beaten like this only 2 words instinctively leave your mouth. Soapy soppy. I may not have the mythical talents mentioned, those transcendent individuals or amazing martial arts that would make me famous the martial arts world. Phew. A go manager, so do that to your own colleagues. You're right, phew, I just got angry there, I'm sorry if we're all shocked. I won't see these people again until I die anyway, as I was the one who was driving. I apologize for this accident to act. Sure, Section Chief Jean was being a bit harsh, couldn't really have done anything there even then. Overreacted manager, so apologize to him directly. But he'll continue seeing Director Kim. Yes, you're right, Director Kim. Director Kim will become one of the strongest martial artists there is once he gets to learning. If I him as much as I this life, I'm sure he'll get something out of it too. That means I need to get on his good side now. Section Chief Jean's reaction was not warranted, I apologize. Asurus Kanscom. Anyway, don't we to get out of these woods and look for village? That's the logical thing to do. But director, don't see something over there? Yes, common sense has no place this world. Here immortals wild trying to secure their immortality. And the only rule that reigns this land is the strong devours the weak, the people of this place. The Muriel will fight with swords for wealth and honor. This forest's name is Ascension Path. There is no village, city or nation anywhere around here. Director, the sun is going to set soon, don't we set shelter somewhere safe? You're right. What about the care to yeah, there are quite a lot of things there that we packed for the workshop. It's shame, but we won't be able to find the care. Of course they won't believe me. I'll just let them look for the car instead of wasting energy trying to convince them. Let's split up. Then one look for shelter and the other look for the care. Don't we get back here before it's completely dark? Ed, I don't get it all. We were landslid while we were care, so how did we end here while the car is gone? I don't get it either. Asuras Kanscom. Whoa, this tastes like chestnuts. It's crunchy, right? He got lots, so have as much as want each. Goodness, it's pretty serious situation. But we're having fun thanks to you, manager, so I knew we're this dependable, even back the company. You're so diligent. If I remember correctly, we're tired while driving because had to work late yesterday too. Ahem. You're right, manager is really diligent. It feels like we're camping thanks to this cave he found, right? Past life, we found this place only after being lost the woods for hours. I was just lucky. Buddy, just take the compliments. Yeah, I'll enjoy this moment. Tonight will be the last moment. Liffy greetings, tote lord of the forest, _ Quite the unique scent for human despite having used thousands of years. Have never smelled humans use you. Manager, so what is volume? Yeah, okay, a monster. Show your manners to the Lord of the Forest, get on your knees. Ever the come across you humans reminded how foolish and rude you all are. Would usually off all your, but since one of you seems know how treat me, shall forgive you vol. With that doing said, you must pay the price for doing terrace, torn. One of offer me arm will let you stay here. Past life, everyone saw this monster and screamed panic. And we all ended dead, having angered the fox. But it seems like the fox appreciates manners this time. Now who will give me their army? It's not all limbs like last time. Just one person's army, that all we need to sacrifice. Even lost arm will be healed. The cultivators who'll appear 2 days later. Plus give already prepared herb that reduce the pain. I will offer army. Know your manners. Will make as painless as possible return. Ill. Active the herbs. It hurts bad. Thought you taste different since you smell different. But you taste the same as the other humans, actually you taste worse because of all the impurities. Your veins. The herb actually helped lot with the pain. Huff, I apologize, that offering was not good enough. Will allow you stay for 7 days. Terrace, torn, won't die thanks dining. Manager semi-manager so. Let's inside. Ill explain. I met that fox when I left the cave early this morning. The fox told me. The Purim. Single quote. Mean where the music. Huh. I would have never imagined. Anyway, we'll be safe for week since I gave army a week. What about after? We need to give up. Huff, something else. I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to rest bit, I hope. Section Chief Joni, how say that manager so sacrificed his on APM. I can't say agree with other than who wants to give the arm and leg weave. But still. Manager so is very useful. He's the one who provided us food and shelter, so we'll learn as much as we from him week. Since he's already lost to arm. He won't last long anyway, that's we should have him be the sacrifice again. So now that Give become debilitated, he wants to chop off one of limbs every week to give to the fox. That's not exactly pleasing Asurus Kanscom, definitely not. With the violence Give learned from being beaten for years, I easily kill modern day like Jean Myong-hoon with one army. Asurus Kanscom should kill him. Phew. Asurus Kanscom not. The fear surely must just paralyzed minds. If I act too cruel right now, I'll cause issues with relationship with director Kim. Hey Jean Myong-hoon, shut the fuck if you don't want your ankles to break again. Asurus Kanscom, yeah, they're good people, it's just confusing situation for everyone. The next day. Unlike the fox who ate army, the toe-headed snake only requested for small amount of blood. It's the very same snake that sucked out Chief O's blood who'd lost his limbs the last life. If it's just small amount, Chief O put his own arm forward this time. Eng bleach disgusting. Worst human good Give had. It's the blood of list century workers drenched nicotine and cholesterol, that no wonder it tastes gross. Motherfuckers. Jean Myong-hoon. Come with me to pick some herbs. Asurus Kanscom, what did just call me full name? Aren't hungry. I am ill to tell about the fruits and edible herbs, so follow me. Asurus Kanscom, are really? I plan to give arm to the fox next week as well. If I die, someone needs to know how to survive this forest. Ah, really? Thank you, thanks so much. Hate. Thanks Asurus Kanscom, the fox won't be coming back, and you'll never make use of this knowledge. Many I that le wrong fruit concentrate Jean how tell needing that. Sorry. Underscore that fruit will get killed. Hour on. Hurt humor ruined real. Give been digging non-stop to get these herbs. This is how Jean Myong-hoon used to punish me when I first entered the company. Asurus Kanscom, we need to finish before dusk, so hurry. Thetis. This thing is massive. Asurus Kanscom, Thetis is natural ginseng, right? Yeah, something like that. Whoa, it does resemble ginseng. But to be precise, it's yellow bamboo root. It might be because the ascension path is so full of energy, but yellow bamboo roots, which are typically as small as pinky finger, grow to this size here. It won't be of much use to cultivators. But it's extremely precious medicine for martial artists that's used to increase QI. It should help. Director Kim. There's 2 more right there. Asurus Kanscom, amazing. Is it okay to dig this much wild ginseng? Of course, take your shirt off and place them your shirt. Yamaha. It's almost time now. Now let's head back. N2. Karachi. L match. Asurus Kanscom, what's wrong with guys? To what surprise to weapon ditch uncut talent were. Begone byu hash, oh they are mine. How shameless hash eogwak you people are. Who are people? Only those tree have spiritual roots, rest are just normal mortals. Asurus Kanscom at of. Section Chief Joni I Karachi. Incredible wee body of heavenly golden thunder, a move turn. Uzi. Asurus Kanscom, you. Ghostly transforming immortal root underscore eel. Such really existed. Unique Asurus Canscom Holy Bop, what's going on? Lucia body could exist. Will take tree as disciples of Azure Heaven creation sect all tree of have talent to change mere world. How does that bound? I can't breathe, what is this force? Feel like I'd die if I refuse. No join Black Ghost Valley, instead we have every cultivation method to you damn. Immortality power overturn the heavens. Fame and wealth will ensure get all things win 100 years. What are you saying the golden divine heavenly undersex most hold on could get us out of this? Forest will all die hear this. Asurus Canscom. Morals worry too much all odd ghetto ascension path such wordless body. Seems like one of them lost arm that fox seeing wound. Maybe mere mortal, but you've got Avis thank you. We captured all beasts and monsters of ascension pat on the wayfare. Be safe we're for next tenders. Wait, hold onion Asuraskanscom we don't even know which way to go to leave. Section Chief Joni Chief Deputy Manager Hang. The same thing happened years ago Asuraskanscom no matter how hard we shouted they ignored us like insects and continued on their way. But least he healed army. Huff damn it underscore. What do you want us to do forest like this? Ape. What are all those lights the? Is there something that direction? The next day. Okay. Cough Azurus Canscom. Deputy Manager so Deputy Manager owes terrible condition Iris there's some kind of herb we could use. What must we do? Let's wait little longer someone might appear and heal her. Huh. Azurus Canscom. Mortals the ascension path tire like ants suffering among the competition between. Which are? Amasurus Canscom Sea Dragon King. So well. Okay, control the storm underscore. Yes, the storm suddenly appeared out of nowhere I came to look for its cause. Underscore. That lady lying over there must have used the sorcery of the storm. She's ordinary woman without even trace of cultivation how could she wield such overwhelming power? Additionally she's not even doing it consciously Asurus Canscom how change? Actually we're confused ones we've only not been this place for long yet one after another powerful. People like appears. And take away companions. So you're saying amongst your colleagues there were few with extraordinary potential and then as if pre-arranged powerful cultivators showed and took them away. And now here I conveniently appear in front of this woman Asurus Canscom. Dear mortal do know where we are. Tell you. This place is known as Ascension Path or the Path to Ascension. Its key gateway that leads to the upper realm just few months. Dimensional rift called the Ascension Gate will open right around here. It happens once every 1,000 years countless high-level cultivators and spiritual beings would have already begun gathering around Path to Ascension to ascend to the upper realm. Azurus Canscom isn't it quite likely that cultivators like myself would appear near you? I see. But they said they were taking colleagues to join their sects. If they're ascending to the upper realm how will colleagues join them? Well I guess it might be hard for mortals like to understand there's technique amongst cultivators used to shrink large objects and store them inside magical tools like this. They've likely stored their sects inside items like these goal is to ascend to the upper realm. Along with their entire sect when the Ascension Gate opens. Fact. I too have packed one of the undersea castles of Sea Dragon Clan inside this very item. It in Sea Dragons lie dormant. Eurasians. How peculiar and intriguing if she were to join the Sea Dragon Clan she could become something. Extraordinary leg. Wait. Miss all ANI. I will give her blood and accept her as kind all. That would be best for all of us. Also one more piece of advice. Don't ask high-level question. Urge Gol K Hugh Aura. I answered because I'm generous. But most cultivators would have killed for the mere act of asking question. We. Asurus Canscom. They've all been kidnapped. What even is this avalanche out of nowhere? Then immortals and dragons addict colleagues, have ha. Hey, Manager, so please must not be taken as well too. If you're taken too, I won't be able to survive this forest alone. Eurasians. Borough. S. Something is coming. WH. What is wrong with now, director? It's here. Eurasians. Mortals. How did mere mortals get into the path to ascension? Suzuki. Oh, I see. When the ascension gate is about to open, the surrounding space becomes unstable. They must been caught. Spatial storm. Kikuyu. I really genius. Anyway, mortals, who was the one who just emitted that massive consciousness? That was such powerful presence. I thought Sage from the upper realm had descended. Was it that girl? Which are you? Manager Kim is colleagues. Azurus Kanscom. Director Kim. Deputy Manager Semi. Thank. Aware. Alright, you're back, imp. Child, let me take in. Don't have any spiritual root, but I awaken it for with power. I wonder what would happen if such strange consciousness evolved into Cultivator's divine consciousness? Azurus Kanscom. Director, managed. Are still clinging to your worldly attachments even after I offered to take in. That C shall sever those 10 up. You myself, not P, please. I'll do anything. Ask, just spare Themis. Then must forget all your worldly ties. Understand? I understand. But if I leave them here, you'll remain attached. At Azurus Kanscom. I'll return them moral nation nearby. They'll be randomly scattered through dimensional rift. Not even know where tell land. IDA. Khomeini, what is this? Damn it, I have to grab the herbs. I okay. W. Wait. Bunyan, not. Silks, the finest silks. Langua, newly arrived scriptures from Shanghai. Azurus Kanscom in ALG tale. Where is this? Previous life I didn't fall into place like this. Who is a lunation? That immortal was telling the truth. Where we land is random. Any of C thought this path feels familiar for some reason. I see this is the place I once lived in. Yux? Azurus Kanscom. Manager Soul, I can't keep with what's going on anymore. I feel the same way. It would be nice if this was all just dream. Phew. It's just the two of us left behind. Well, I guess I should be relieved that we went taken those monsters. I don't know about that either. I may have regressed, but past life I was nothing but powerless herb gatherers. Anyway, we can't stay this alleyway forever. Don't we get out of here, alright? What are they saying? It sounds like Chinese. Are the people whispering while looking us? They're saying that the clothes we're wearing look funny. H. Pi. Don't worry, director. Hell, I know a bit of Chinese. His back is HHH. That's great. Lead, the language they're speaking is not Chinese other than the fact that they use the same characters. It sounds completely different. Past life I had to endure the mockery of beggars for 2 months. This tucking idiot halal just to learn the basics of the language. But now there's no need for that. Then shall we get some new clothes? How I feel like they wouldn't accept out money. Memenemel. Goodness, you're letting us buy such precious herbs. Those yellow bamboo roots are at least 800 years old. Of course this should be worth about 15 silver ingots. 15. Give, never had that much money past life. Ahem. Then hurry right away. What, this is the house we're going to live into? Nazi. Yes, from today onwards I'll teach the language of this place. Thanks manager Semi. Made it seem like there's no problem. But after bribing some guys for identity plaques and buying the land and house, we only have 1 silver ingot left now. I guess it's because we're the capital. But everything is expensive here. Hey, since we're whole new place now, don't I just call name? Okay, that's fine director. Thanks. So Bunyan. The reason I was able to get all this money was because I sold those herbs. We won't have source of income if we run out of herbs, so we need to figure out way to bring money in. I wonder how about we use the silver we'll get from selling the rest of this to start business. With all the money we get from this as well as his skill set from having been director mid-sized company, we should be able to make living. Since Give regressed, don't I dream bigger? Director Kim Horton is martial genius. After some third-rate martial arts books sold on the streets, he became martial master just few months once he learned the more advanced techniques. He became one of the most powerful martial artists, the Jiangsu. But what if he were to learn advanced martial arts from the start? Might be able to shift forward the birth of the greatest swordsman, the Jiangsu. Then I'm going to benefit as much as I while working for him. Director, this is Muriel world of martial arts. Who knows when the gangs of the Jiangsu might come for us if we set business. Shouldn't we least learn a bit of self-defense? Martial arts but they don't teach people outside the sects their martial arts. How will Vic Iraqi? As well-known Purim novel nerd, I knew he is interested. This city there are 7 famous sects, among those the demon-slaying sect, Self-Binding Temple, Suppressing Bird House and the 7 Mysteries sect are on the orthodox side of the Jiangsu, whereas the Wolf Fang Gang, the Dark Knight Association and the Dragon Fighting Stronghold are considered unorthodox. The people call them the 4 Stars, and the 3 Demons, the demon-slaying sect, mainly learns sword and blade techniques. The Self-Binding Temple is Buddhist sect, while the Suppressing Bird House is like they had sect they treat. Intel, the 7 Mysteries sect, has very long history. They learn all kinds of martial arts. On the other hand, there isn't much information known about the 3 Demons. It is said that they are proficient stealth techniques and sorcery. They do the lot of illegal things. Which sect do like the best? The demon-slaying sect, of course. Martial artists should wield sword and should learn blade techniques. But how do you know all this? I was eavesdropping on some martial artists talking earlier. 3 months later. Stop, what brings here? His older brother. We heard about how famous the demon-slaying sect is and came here wishing to learn martial arts. They look like they have decent amounted of money. I'm sorry, but learning martial arts his age will be difficult. Won't the least let us talk to someone of higher status? Even just simple self-defense would do. Want to learn martial arts for self-defense? Yes, the best one there is, I please. I suppose could join as external disciples. However, we don't give special treatment to those who join with donations. Addition will only accept one of you. All that money was worth 1 yellow bamboo root, and that's all they're willing to do for us. Are you ripping us? I thank you. Brother will be the one learning. Then come outside later to where all the external disciples are gathered. Ev Yoon Hyun, what's the use? If only I will learn martial arts. I would have chosen different group had I known they'd be so expensive. Don't sweat if it's not like give ever been good sports. Anyway, I'll just set business with the remaining money. And you just focus on learning martial arts? Well, I'll best. But I'm old, I don't know if I'll be able to really do much. Believe yourself, I'm sure do it. Thanks. 7 months later. The competition held within the sect. What kind of? Some outsider from nowhere defeated all beloved disciples. Become second-rate if they merge it into their own understanding order to advance from their need. More than double the amount of understanding compared to before. Damned outsiders, and equally more time and effort. 8. But sometimes people with enough talent seem to laugh. Typical levels of undid win. OB. Union invite and speed through many stages. AI snuck. The demon-slaying sect is sect full of such talented martial artists. Craft let of seeking city. However, outsider has come to defeat the direct disciples of that great sect. Within 7 months, director Kim became first-rate warrior who had completely mastered the absolute dragon saber technique of the demon-slaying sect. To reach first-rate with just half-year of learning martial arts, the level of first-rate is stage only attainable with the collaborative efforts of many skilled martial artists. On top of that, he is outsider learning sect to others, it would seem. Capture him now. Left idea. Eurasians. Because outsider gained the skills befitting elder of sect within 7 months, the sect is chaos. Such ridiculous situation. Director Kim Up was imprisoned, his quarters suspected of being of another sect. However, don't know, I was also considered suspect when I don't know martial arts. Got arrested while was the market. Aren't worried. Director about what? About them suspecting as I martial arts novels. They Azurus Canscom typically destroy your QI core or even cut off your QI flow. Oh, that's true. These But for some reason I think I'm approaching the next wall. And if Asurus Kanscom I cross it, I think I advance to the next stage. What monster, it hasn't even been long since he's become first-rate martial artist. And now he's already nearing the next stage. That level is what most sect leaders of great sects or elders are at Langua. They are known as absolute masters. And there are only about 1,000 of them, the whole nation the martial arts world never mentions. The stage after that. So martial peak is essentially the last stage attain learning martial arts. Assumptions were wrong. This rate the birth of the greatest swordsman the world will be sped years not days later, Azuraskan stod vitals. Ask honor. That's the flower of QI that only appears to peak martial artists. 3 flowers gather the summit. Give cross the barrier. I'm not so scared of the demon-slaying sect leader anymore. Wow, your talent far exceeds imagination. I'm also impressed myself. We Azuraskanskom, I never knew I'd have such talent. Maybe this was I. Always loved martial arts novels as kids. It. A bear yet Horton and his comrade. We have orders from the sect leader to destroy the QI core of who dared to steal the martial arts of the demon-slaying sect. How? I said I want Azuraskanskom. We were just silence. We even heard the two of speaking code-like language restrain them. Aha! Azuraskanskom KQL. Phew. This was first sect. How dare you box? Shit, it's peak level martial artist. Run, inform the sect leader. Bunyan, sons. Wiki other sects and train. What we'll do. I will accompany you. How about we to the acclaimed unorthodox sect, the dragon fighting stronghold? Ha ha ha. Alright, go ahead, let's meet there. I will end the pursuit of the demon slaying sects, elders and leader. Honor Bunyan. What took so long? Ha. Hug Huff, you're just too fast, director. He used to call violence out until recently, even if it was to survive. This world changes us into something else. It is great if we could return not to this martial arts world, but to everyday life on Earth. If I were to regress, Huff, I wish I could just return to Earth. It can't be helped now that we're here. We need to do what we can. After being betrayed, the demon-slaying sect Azuraskanskom director, Kim, took over the dragon fighting stronghold. 2 years after that he toured each region of Tango to defeat various sects. And the years Izi Eruat he finally managed to destroy the emblems of every sect. He was known as the greatest martial artist under the heavens and he used that fame to unite the sects, forming the Martial Alliance. Years later director Kim and were as close as brothers, ignoring the gap ages. He created martial arts specifically suited for me. This is the Severing Mountain Sword. I named it that hoping you inherit its meaning of will that would even cut down mountains if master. The Severing Mountain Sword. I know you'll be able to reach martial peak. Not only that, the Dragon Vein QI method that was created alongside this is true first-rate martial arts, different from any second or third-rate martial arts. 2. But Bunyan, really his on. He no Tyler. Even though the best martial artist under the heavens created martial arts suited for me and taught me one-on-one, barely made it to third-rate after entire years. Guess it can't be helped, I do have some talent. Medicine least. People are talented different areas. Been ever Asurus Cal's com. One day after the decade had passed. Quirk witnessed it. The level only heard of legends. 2. Young _ Hune. Ha ha ha, Bunyan. What has so surprised? Brother, look even longer than me. A Yamaha do feel so of life, like do anything. Ha, the world will be shocked when they see completely transformed. Certainly. The way it's about time handed over the Claim Alliance to the next leader. It seems there's no one that catches your eyes, brother. The Miriam Alliance leader definition needs certain level of martial acts, but there's no single one who truly understands martial arts. Ha, that's because you're abnormal. Where else the world would there be genius like you? Is that so, Hap Rap? Even so, there are no talented people, no talented people. XEZ. Years have passed since started life again Diang Xian Hiang. I already mid-60s. Wonder where Youngstown is and what he's doing. Year after his transformation handed over the position of Purim Alliance leader to the next generation and retired. I too wanted to retire with him then, but to set the chaotic Purim Alliance straight. Peru position of the Purim Alliance's strategist for long time. He said he wanted to wander the martial world and travel all over Yen Kingdom, perhaps because of that he didn't even come to retirement ceremony the end. Tukunlid cartoon N2 Hogo Sons Con Fu the. It's lonely bought this house with heart using retirement money it's too to live alone that the problem was cool. Brother. Not what's with this beggar's appearance Yogi didn't even do. Come to retired? Ceremony where did something happened? ELNHYLN, truly thought _ had blessed. Isn't that right if you're not genius what a yoke brother? That's right clearly martial arts genius perhaps this Yen Kingdom not among ordinary people like me. No one match martial talent. Ordinary people how are ordinary person brother who under this doesn't know that other worlds. Jumped of ad. Fought against those cultivators. Remember don't you Lee? Years those monsters who kidnapped our comrades. And flew the. There were cultivators Oanan and Urchnoint Isle Iacinide. They don't easily reveal themselves but secretly work throughout the Yen imperial family and manipulate Yen Kingdom itself Ja. After establishing the Purim Alliance as influence grew somewhat Yen Kingdom. Their forces began to seriously interfere with us Youngstown was displeased with it but to defy them was fight against the nation itself to protect the Purim Alliance we had no choice but to obey them. Because of that Youngstown stepped down from his position as Purim Alliance leader and as human to contend with them. He sought them out alone throughout Yen Kingdom. Those cultivators were truly hard to find even if did find one and tried to fight. They completely ignored me saying wasn't worth fighting for. Then they'd leave using illusions or flight techniques making it hard to seize opportunity. But 5 years finally got to fight Cultivator. Did win. If had done that during your time as Miriam Alliance leader would have grabbed the back of neck book. Fighting for life against that cultivator who had reached the QI condensation realm Ewo. Could barely scratch his fingertips. That cultivator said that even if just grazed his body he would count it as win so guess did win. That cultivator the QI condensation realm is he one of the 10 great masters of the cultivation world something like that. Not he said his realm was second from the bottom the cultivation world martial arts terms he's second-rate warrior. You can read the chapter. En Thundkruskanskom what nonsense are talking about. Past life and this life knew that cultivators were formidable beings. But young Horn's martial arts clearly touched the heavens he was person who literally used jaywalking to perform martial arts the air. And cut through millennium cold steel and buildings like tofu. But such martial arts genius. All he could do was scratch the fingertip of bottom-tier cultivator. Was well we never stand against cultivators they are like natural disasters. Yet today. Cut his wrist. Then your martial arts surpassed him not he just put on talisman and his hand grew back. It seems martial path ends here what do mean that came to say goodbye to today. That person said he highly regarded Will and would take me into his cultivation sect. I'll probably start as the youngest. Brother cultivator means becoming immortal didn't you say it was impossible for body without spiritual roots? He said that ordinary person breaking through the 5 QI realm corresponds to the 5 element spiritual roots that cultivators are born with. The inherent talent cultivators are born with ordinary people like their whole lives too. You can read the chapter OM. N Thunderskanskom I'll be leaving now to pursue higher realm. This book is last gift to Yoke. Take care. Brother O. Worse Palace Martial Arts record of martial arts studied to surpass cultivators Brother where are going leaving this younger brother behind. And so time passed. How ironic. Years since came to this world going die from cold like past life _____. Fate. Humans cannot escape fate no matter how much they to resist. Only the bed and the type of house have changed the end on the same day. Not wanting to feel the regrets of past life, lived fierce and busy new life, much that marriage was unimaginable. Thanks to that, unified the Yen kingdom's martial arts sects and gained enough wealth and honor that one could enjoy the human world. What is this regret? If had struggled more, would Youngstown and have been able to reach heaven. Tu can read the chapter on En Thunderskanskom teeth, a chattering from unknown sense of powerlessness. It's too regrettable. Second regression. This is that same forest, the ascension path. Body is brimming with energy. Regression isn't just one-time thing. Hey, do manager motherfucker up. You Asuras dodged. 2. Did I regress? New body full of energy and new opportunity is undoubtedly good thing. Thought does what about the things I had built for the past 50 years? Hotel bastard hump almost got us all killed and now have the nerve dodge hun. Is this perfect thing hall? Not, it's not. Curse one that denies me the meaning of life. Sure, couple regressions may be thankful opportunity huff, but if this were to go on forever I'd be trapped fate's wheel. Forced to wallow the suffering of life until the end of time. Moreover, I can't meet the people I knew. Previous life again. The people front of me now are simply beings that have the same appearance as the people I knew from past life. The Horton who I thought of as own brother, he section chief Jeans, that's enough. No longer exists this world. Calm down section chief Jeans. Hug, what help would being angry do here? What Yakov shameless mother. Lee. The first place we're on driving duty today. I warned before force me to drive that I wasn't able to sleep last night because of the work had already offloaded on me. How would I have even been able to dodge incoming avalanche on narrow road? Hull, stop pointing fingers and let's think about what we need to do. Hug Azuraskanskom. Young Director Kim Il, search for place where we stay before the sun sets. Everyone else please look for the car, or way out of this forest. When sun sets, Il light fire, come on over to it all. I fear the unending regression of time to come, infinite regression. This ability must. Would it disappear if I somehow return to Earth, seeing how I always regress back to this moment? On the ascension path. But that how do I home? When the ascension gate opens, nearby spaces destabilize. Ordinary humans would have been caught. Spatial storms. That must be related to. We fell into this world, maybe we return to original world using it. First, that means I must grow stronger as ordinary mortal. I can't accord Polish anything. I need to become cultivator like Younguni and cultivate. Once I gain longer lifespan becoming cultivator, I'll be able to research the ascension gate sufficiently. Azuraskanskom. Oil. Strong QE quakes core. I didn't know heart methods. Previous life, eating these yellow bamboo roots wouldn't have done anything, but if I use the dragon vein QI method that Horton made for me, I break through blocked QI passageways. Dog. It's not easy to cure body-soaked preservatives from fast food and stress hurt. Acre. That should do it. Past life I was just average second-rate martial artist, but since I wasn't practicing near the end of life, skills have dulled. Azuraskanskom, of course. Getting mum more. I have it all head, so growing skills is just matter of time. Deputy manager. So AU, what was that just now? How did slash tree with wooden stick AU of just what is that strength? Oh. This is who will instruct me to become cultivator. Do want to learn this technique, Director Kim? Oh, I really? Kikuyu. Azuraskanskom. Filthy humans you dare play around on. Yeah, hell. Front of the master of this forest, I forgot about him. All I do now is to apply pressure to nerves to ease the pain as the fox bites away arm. Week. First life and second week. Deputy manager solely what a bunyan AU, but. Ow. Third regression. Previous life I vowed to attain the level of 5 energies converged to the origin and become Cultivator. But despite learning under the best master for over 100 years, I barely managed to make it to becoming first-rate martial artist. Despite that AAAW manager. Phew, regardless of whether it takes. I won't give Eurasians. Quick, human who knows their manners and offering sacrifice of the own accord. Don't we have taste ill give arm any time? After eating army, the fox left, allowing us to stay here. Without regard for co-workers, continued to swing sword alone the forest. Aside from when the cultivators arrived to heal arm and kidnap co-workers, Asuras Kamskom. Swung sword key without food or rest. Only finally stopped on the 4th day. Lowly mortal dares to ask the Sea Dragon King question. What is it? I believe that intend to take deputy manager. Oh yes is. However, she's mortal who lacks spiritual root, and regular mortals only live for to 100 fag. Most. Just what use do even have for her? Huh. Seem quite informed about cultivators for mortal, but need not worry, once she accepts blood she will awaken to spiritual. If so, could also use the opportunity. She and I are from the same lands, we might also have some special powers could be interested in. FFU. Listen. Ill warn for your own sake, Kirk. But to avoid making demands to high-ranked cultivators like me. We've lived through dozens of millennia and have seen and learned countless things could not even dare to comprehend. As I, one of the kinder ones, ill forgive you. But certain freakish cultivators would be more than willing to crush like insects for making eye contact. Asuras Kanskom I. Just what is going on? Great cultivator co-workers manager Kim Yen is mortal without spiritual root. How is she able to become your disciples? Kyushu. This is priceless pill that awakens one to their spiritual senses. Mortal gain the opportunity to become cultivator if they long time this. So there are other ways become cultivator. Well, it is also possible for mortals to train martial arts and gain the 5-element spiritual root. But that path takes far too long and results very mediocre outcome. This is the best way. Now I have no business with to begone. Wagtail Fusion now. 2. This is the southwest of Langua. Previous life was just spent like second one where Horton travel studied _ our Langua. After spending almost 100 years traveling Langua, I know every place the back of hands Eurasians. Director woke Director Kim and brought him to the nearest city and then explained the situation to him. He seemed quite confused, but he soon appeared to accept this new reality. We soon arrived Hook City and sold the herbs of the Ascension Path to buy small house. Taught him the language as well as the Severing Mountain blade which he had created himself. Second. Regression, modifying the Severing Mountain sword order to make it better suit the weapon he used. Eurasians, how unmotivating. He reached the level of 3 flowers within 3 months of learning martial arts. While someone like me spend 2 whole lifetimes just training and barely reach first rate. I think I could beat now manager Semi. This is not the same Horton that I considered to be own brother previous life. He is mentally several times younger than me. I feel full of strength. Terms of mental age, I'd be as old as Director Kid's grandfather. I shouldn't accompany him this life. Director, from now on we should begin to live separately. What do mean deputy manager soul so bunyan? Did I do something wrong? What is the reason for this? The reason? First Regression, Horton became the Martial Alliance leader. But despaired after losing the cultivators. The second Regression wasn't much different. He created the record of gazing cultivation and exceeding martial arts, improving upon the record of transcending cultivation and the exhausting martial arts. OD and fought cultivators, but he was unable to surpass stronger cultivators and gave up, leaving the path of martial arts and disappearing to become cultivator. And I no longer wish to witness Horton's face filled with despair. I want to tour the lands and improve own skills, but how will I live on own without you? Your martial arts skills should be more than enough to offer give taught how to communicate, right? And fight. You're a martial artist, the martial peak level, so But this means I must part with someone who shares homeland once again. He if so let's promise to meet on this day this very house every 2 years. After convincing director, Kim left the house. Asuras Kanscom. Halt, what brings you the Hall of Eight? Give come to request duel. Ha ha ha, one cannot just simply barge into the Hall of Eight respects and... Eurasians. Do I? Still seem the nobody. Hi. Please come to the inner quarters, the sect leader is waiting. He is. Was curious who this first-rate master would be. But your young junior. This humble one So Tae Hyun. Greets the sect leader of Paljeongak. Ha, your energy extraordinary young junior. The sect leader's energy is also extraordinary. Please grant this humble one your guidance. Then I'll begin first. All. The sect leader's 9-section whip blocked with sword. Looking his reaction speed, he's reached the state of sword body unity. He's the late first-rate level. The sect leader has also completely integrated his martial arts thanks to that Eve seen new technique. To be the same level as me, the sect leader, such young age. Truly ape genius. Genius, huh? Being called genius is not compliment to me. It might be surprising that who appears to be late 20s have reached level that takes decades of training. Thanks for complimenting insufficient talent, merely one of the countless mediocre dullards this world. Heaven did not grant me talent. But even as such dullard through regression was able to train martial arts to level comparable to genius. Therefore decided to be genius, now will use sword energy. Indeed I'll all out too. Damage stop Weo at HHN. Show he the ohm. MHURUHWE Melth V _ Me. You can read the chapter on Area N Thunderscanscom. What is this monstrous sword art I can't break through? Your eyes. X. The joke Su Herpiove. VGO Huhim. CEE. Thetis can't bell the sect leader we. His sword speed is getting faster with each move. Car drum. It's not just the speed, the sword barely still monstrous beings constantly growing or increasing. Destructive power, aren't they? Ill finish it. Amok. Concede. It was good opportunity. We try you to Kanaga the chapter on M Thunderscanscom. Ha. Cleaner. Paljeongak was famous even previous life as righteous sect that didn't engage cowardly acts. Net. Tim. Should visit demonic sect. Through these martial arts duels this life must. Visited about 4 Maya small sects Seojeongseong. Among them lost duels EQL Lubo and HWIYEDNGMUN. And against sects like Gejubang and Yukgedalbo. And __ H Kadangpa. Arch. Oh. So the first-rate master who been challenging people to duels all over Seojeongseong recently was Yoke after all. Give seen your skill well, ha to have learned lot. Klutz, now it's the of the elders. Ape ready. What is this, the demonic sex way? Didn't the Dell just end with victory? Give never heard of continuous battles or duel. Really Ice didn't just hear. This guy playing word games if widely announced today's cowardice to other sects. Ho Dangpa's reputation will pellet. Here don't Kapav. You'll get injured during the Dell here and that injury will flare, and you'll die of tetanus. Or sect will have taken utmost care of Yoke. But people will still know that eventually died. How dead spread different rumors. Even more than expected they were crazy bastards. More than expected they were crazy bastards. If kill here it won't affect our reputation, right? Yes, this is also come here. Come me accept this absurd duel. The chapter on thunderscans.com good. That young master heard he went to duel the Ho Dangpa this time. What pity for talent, a right to challenge illegal organization like the evil sect to duel. That's how it is usually, isn't it, when you're young? Believe this world will your way, something like that kind of innocence. He just relied on his skill and acted rashly about his own death. Guess the Hodangpa may seem like sect on the outside, but inside it's no different from bandits. Deny he's probably buried now. Okay, all welcome. One bow of Dodu. Why yes please come and sit down. Q soul. Crazy bastards really almost died. Not just two, but they even cowardly poisoned their weapons. It's good thing learned toastia medicine when was strategist for the Martial Alliance. If hadn't taken the antidote pills and stimulants prepared beforehand would have died, and then with that crazy old men final desperate act. That kill bastard somehow. All the miscellaneous soldiers of the sect carrying spears and arrows formed batty formation and charged, just fought like beasts to survive. Even so, the chapter on N Thunderscanscom cut the meridians of the ones who were still breathing, crippling them. They won't come looking for revenge. Dark anyway. Maybe because took too many stimulants, the tension just won't subside. Few won't be able to sleep for the next few days. A need to have another duel with another orthodox sect. Put Bull, the young master, after his fierce battle with the Hodangpa, ate noodles and immediately left for another duel. That crazy young was widely talked about among many people, making SEO Jayonk City buzz with excitement. And people gave that mad master fitting nickname. Infinite Fighting Monster, hashtag Fryes, Te Hyun. Have no talent, the path to the pinnacle seek is infinitely distant. Therefore must constantly fight and approach that realm, crossing the boundaries of life and death. Person without talent must mad to overcome the wall. If there is no talent, there be madness. That is the only way for dullard to catch to genius. And scoured Tungyong City and various parts of Leon GUK. Engaging duels several times day, regardless of orthodox or evil gets. Years later. The chapter on on-thunderscans.com. 14th form Kenqi Mountain. The form of sword thread that only be used upon reaching the pinnacle, just briefly manifesting it. Puts enormous strain on the mind. But if you don't do it this way, can't catch up. Okay, we. Single strike, all sword energy was shattered. Tell thee. Your reputation precedes yoke, had quite high hopes. You're still very clumsy, young master, so the infinite fighting monster. Think one boa. Anyway, what crazy talent. Yes, congratulations. You've become even stronger than last year's. Find all chapters exclusively your website. On-thunderscans.com. Complete transformation years. What on earth did do those years? Ye realm is still the top tier __. The way what brings here, didn't we agree to meet every 2 years? As reached and visited various major sects, Leon GLK, realized something. What is it? It's the fact that there's no one above me, this Leon GLK. Now no one is even matched for single one of moves. So I'm thinking of running sect or organization under the name of the greatest under heaven. And give position perhaps not. Thank you, I'm comfortable with current state. It seems he's already developed the martial lord's disease. If accept that offer this life to, I'll surely become something like strategist or vice sect leader and work like to reach the pinnacle with talent. Every minute and second is precious. Kim Youngstown said it might be difficult to meet me once he establishes his organization, and then started persuading me, saying he could always stick around and give me guidance. Duels, no matter how good the conditions offer, won't get all. Give already received countless guidance. Duels past life. What need now is real combat experience. Equa. Even elder Young Hoon past life told me to experience countless real battles once reached the late Toastia. This life decided to just watch his actions from afar. Idea the chapter on on-thunderscans.com. And continued endless dueling journey. Look pale. Even though I've trained endlessly, have still not broken through to the next realm. Vortex Scar's understanding of sword QI has certainly surpassed that of others. The league, last beyond 3 moves against the high rank masters. How strange. You've become more one with the sword than before. Yet you still haven't reached the peak realm for someone with as real combat experience as Yokit. Should have been more than enough. Yeah, this is talent. NBA. It's half day now, though it is limited. If I could cast this sword QI all day without any trouble. Maybe then I'll see a little bit of the path. Yes, I really hope to succeed, and here. This is insight I gained from fighting the cultivators. This time I held out against the cultivators' spells, dragging things out as possible, and managed to escape. It's about as thick as the main volume of the record of martial arts, surpassing through cultivation. And Leap's evolved version of the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts did really gain this insight just from successfully escaping. Cultivators, a natural disaster vortex. Scans.com. Human form T, escaping from natural disaster. Of course the insight gained would be immense. I see. I'll keep safe and pass it on to future generations. Thank Yok Tae Hyun. Then I shall seek out the cultivators once more. I hope we meet again alive next time. And to reach the peak realm, I'll give hint all the scenery and spaces pass and experience always to imprint them your vortexscars.ch. All the scenery around me. Yeah. Order to make use of the surrounding terrain during battle or sparring to store the surrounding space. You're right, what I'm saying is to make something only do battle into something always do. How could anyone possibly do that? vortexskies.com. Just maintaining sword QI consistently feels like head's going to explode, and now you're telling me to keep spatial awareness steady on top of that. If this keep up, head really explode not. There must be reason. He is the strongest martial artist under heaven gave me such task. And I from that day on tried remembering every space that comes into view. I started to remember where everything was. Allsop chump o. At. Home. Use hoofoof. It's been 5 years since I started maintaining the sword QI and the spatial awareness. I feel dizzy. Perceiving all the spatial information that enters one's field of vision is no ordinary or easy task. And now beyond just visual information, all use, even auditory information has begun to be perceived. Will I be able to perform martial arts properly this condition? There are no more sects to deal with anyway. For about years I traffic over to for Vince. Analog wood of engaging sparring matches with minor sects and occasionally with major one. This point there's practically no sect the Yen Kingdom that I haven't visited. And now I make living collecting bounties. It came to the point where I woeki capturing bandits. Vortex S cars have to fight enemies who attack without regard for means and methods, all while this dizzying state. Will I really be able to survive? Box. Brother, it's him. Either way, this is the path give chosen. Found yoke bastard. You're dead now. Even Indy. Luz Hall, isn't this the path I must walk? Years later. Did survive. VortexSkies.com. Yeah, this time too. It's already been years since I returned to this life. Now vision and hearing without saying. Even sense of touch, taste and smell have reached state of refined perception. But that's it. Vortex Skansko. I still haven't Tiki. I still haven't. It seems I became wanted. Maybe I got a bit famous among the cultivators. 2 cultivators had set trap and were waiting for me. I barely managed to escape. Still I did manage to land small cut on one of their cheeks. Vortex Scans.com must gained a lot of this time as well. Insight. What nonsense. Even so I still can't beat Judgment Stage Taoist if I can't escape ill Ender's corpse lying on the ground. To be honest, this has been on lately that this extreme state of the 5-path core I've reached might actually be the end of the martial path. Maybe even the record of martial arts surpassing through cultivation and leaps first gave me. I wonder if had thoughts similar to mine, that no matter how strong or skilled become martial arts alone can't defeat cultivators. Men. For some reason I saw reflection of myself. Kim Young-hoon. He clearly possesses talent bestowed the heavens, and I was born with talent abandoned. Kim Youngstown and I clearly possess talents that are polar opposite. Does he look much like me? It's frustrating not knowing I can't reach the peak realm I see, so even after mimicking sword QI and the perspective of the peak realm, still can't reach it and still have no clue Shall we have sparring match for old time's sake? That's the best thing I've heard while. Damn it, what the hell do you think the problem I truly don't know, should have become peak master. What do you mean? How strange, how bizarre. Is this happening even if really have no talent all? Perhaps Vortex Skullsco may be what you're missing. Is the right trigger? Trigger. Yeah. Something like desperation or driving force, something that could push past the limits of your talent, drawing out extreme focus. What kind of Vamtigser are you even taking above? VortexScars.com Eve over fell wedded fur sword whole years. And now Vogue telling me kind of trigger, do neck to for and how much more desperately Eve liked life and struggled all life jug to escape mediocrity. What learn? Give acted every meridian WMV enterg even when hold and release word energy men in dream give. Reached the where every scenery akin information been point proleg. Who the Vogue telling me next realm won't reveal Mel there then just hell. Even I know how pitiful it is for old man nearly 70 to resent the heavens just. But even though I chased the sword entire life yearning for the next realm, much I couldn't even begin to grasp what that next realm was. VortexScars.com While sparring with Yoke I devised martial technique to make for your her. It may not be comfort, but I hope that learning this will help bring some peace of a mountain king's martial art and moon crossing step. And now you'll disappear again like that. Years later VortexScans.com It's been years since I returned to this life hug. There's not mick time left until I die. Brother Youngstown died, didn't Yoke Hall? So this is the fate the heavens have chosen for and me. With talent, no matter how hard I struggled, this was as far as I could, and your talent too perhaps. That was its limited. No matter how ordinary men like struggle, we can't escape the fate the heavens have set for us. What kind of bullshit are spouting so Tae-hyun? World War II. Cough in VortexSkies.com. Your condition is serious, I need to get medical tools from home. Vortex S-Cars what? Weren't both of his arms cut off? Look you and Huni, that crazy cultivator bastard chasing after us, this the quiet pay one peak judgment. State cultivator arms. VortexScals.com. To meaningful dealt judgment damage cultivators state. Swath woven termly bevond the repto on aeromarial gang reach. Said withy please hashtag haha hall l. This series first at Vortex Scans lie. Look. I risked life and burned away life forces get to this point. That's enhanced mini. I was able to burst core formal ton cultivator's arm thanks to this. Azurus Kanscom. Up. Watch Bunyan. This is the result of life work training Marshall. Am Azurus Kanscom. House. I invested all the money I gathered for 50 years. While living as the infinite fighting spirit into this house. Bahai, now look, I have run far and wide, show this. Because I decided that I would leave will to you. The moment spaced out and rage filled me, but calmed myself down and watched his martial arts performance. The place where 3-story building had been exploded without leaving trace. It's a good thing we didn't have any servants the house. Otherwise hundreds of them would have all died with that one attack. The blade traces, I see what few remains there are, I see the ball of enhanced QA just then was. Concentration of thousands of blade energies. What unbelievable force, it's stronger than any martial arts he has shown me until now. Azurus Kanscom. This is how I was able to burst core formation cultivator's arm before I had to ambush or assassinate the QI building stage cultivators for chance, but now Facus Tuck were falling near. Ease, don't forget these techniques. They are lives realizations. Ease pass on Azurus Kanscom martial acts to time generations. I heard you stop talking, you life is stake here. Found you ultimate martial spirit, that's quite terrible spot to run to. Hey civilian, he is criminal who has committed unspeakable crimes to the cultivator's call. Lav him here. Here to punish him or his acquaintance. Pointless. Did he not hear about us from the ultimate martial spirit? Well, alright, I'll think of as entertainment. Run the best can. Asurus can scom you, that's. Sol. Corpses. Quench kingship. Damn it, I'm too old for this, Sarah. Anyway, ultimate martial spirit? Did the cultivators give that name? Huff, how unique. The ultimate martial spirit and the infinite fighting spirit, two spirits being chased the Jiangsu. Hula Eurasians, how strange is that? Never mind that, need to stay awake, please say something. Huff huff huff. Night. Quack Azurus Canscom. Damn it, should be the one running with me on your back, eel. I'm going to die from suffocation. Did have to get your arms cut off. El Zen Don. The Kiangsi did not give and continued to chase me. Kanu keel bit down hard. And kept running. Hug hun. Morning went and night passed anyhow. Many times did the sun rise and fall. Damn it, it's so high. Shocking. Asurus Kanscom. Kelly, you mere civilian, managed to withstand the Kiangsi for 3 days and nights. However, cannot run anymore. It's also futile to do so. The ultimate martial spirit is already dead. I know you, I'm physician after all. Then we're running. I only interested the ultimate martial spirit. I don't care about you, would have just abandoned the corpse and run off. Honshu Hugh. You're laughing. The Severing Mountain Sword, the Dragon Vein QI method, the Mountain Lord martial arts and the Transcending Peak steps. I was able to reach this point despite being void of talent. Thanks to Kim Horton's Asurus Kanscom teachings. He's someone from hometown as well as martial mentor, so if you want to take Master's head, you'll have to take mine firstly. No one knows to fear the cultivators, is it because just don't know any better? Or do have no fear because are old? Alright, I'll show you. That cultivators have the power to show pain worse than death. Okay. Asurus Kanscom. He wasn't going after me. Thetis is. Parasite, ill make pay the price of having. You Asurus Kanscom bastard. Now ultimate martial spirit. Kill your disciple. Steer cultivation regressor. Person's soul dead. To be so desecrated. Fortunately, he can't use his martial arts from his lifetime. He's only pushing me back with the power cultivator poured into him. But that power and speed are immense. There's limit to how long old boy like mine hold out. Damn it. Pointing sword, the deceased Kim Yong-hoon is nothing short of immense desecration, but copy. Since it has come to this, let's just finish this quickly. Leveling Mountain Shop. You can read the chapter on N Thundiskanskom Heavenly Lake. The 21st move of the Severing Mountain Sword Arts is move called Heavenly Lake, but most of the other moves have names of gorgeous peaks of mountains. Is the 21st move named like this? Since this is move from the Severing Mountain Sword Arts that Soul Brother improved last life, he must know the reason, right? Heavenly Lake. It makes me think of the Heavenly Lake on Baked Mountain. Baked Mountain, yes, guess there's something like the Heavenly Lake of Baked Mountain this world. 2. Or maybe its move name created someone who came from Korea like us. Yamaha, that's true. Yeah? Gigantic lake contains all the myriad forms of the world, but it itself never changes. The symbolized the mantra refers to the opponent. I'm competing against martial arts. And the lake that contains it refers to own single strike of the sword. Hi. Carried the chapter on M Thunderskanskom. The Heavenly Lake of the Severing Mountain Sword Arts is technique that instantly absorbs all the power flowing through the opponent's meridian points into sword alarm, bouncing the opponent back as reaction and trapping only their energy inside sword. It's technique that only as top-notch physician and master of the 8 extraordinary meridians perform, move that only perform because it's martial art. Custom fit to me. If the corpse is left intact, the cultivator bastard might continue to use it as zombie curve. Can't leave even the slightest room for that to happen. If you use this power that raging inside the scabbard as it is, and pour all the moves of the Severing Mountain Sword Arts once. Shop first mo over Tai Mul of Ratalun. Second move. Entering the mountain move, ascending the vet fourth move, flowing ridge first me boulder such move. Strange rook. Arch ill completely slice it to pieces. That the cultivator has no part of it to desecrate and raise again. Bastard. General. Damn it, the cultivator has given it even more immense power and speed need to dodge. Lifespan will end soon anyway, I'm already as dead this moment. Burn all away Canada THC Chapch on M Thundiskanskom. 8th. Not can't die Yeti. 1 I will more. The space sounds and smell of surroundings. The humidity and temperature, the smell of blood on the tip of tongue. Brain feels like it's going to burst. Even more. Until brain burns out. 1. Brain which felt like it was going to burst. Only accepted the pressure facing death but also broke through something. Ah. What this is. Iawinayins. Huh. You Kamruouth chapter N Thundiskanskom. Up. Could this be the vision of the pinnacle? Kim Jong-hoon is smiling. Genius blessed the heavens and fool abandoned the heavens X. We opposite extremes, but the reason we seemed alike is because we were all desperately struggling against the fate given the heavens are. This place there's genius nor there those died after lifetime struggling against fate and those will the same. You can arcad THC Chad Tyromi N Thunderscans. 5th we. I nigh is the end. Now, no matter who the cultivator is, they won't be able to desecrate his body anymore. Ski. At life. Ah. Give regressed again last life definitely. Resisted until the very end. I've finally reached it. Finally. Give reached the pinnacle. Assistant hey cell manager. What blabbering about Tokar? Cell 1 bastard because of you. See it? You can AEADTKC Chaptyrum N Thunderskanskom this guy's dodging. Even with eyes closed see exactly where Jean Mekong Hoon's next move will be. Even before could avoid Jean Mekong Hoon's attacks with eyes closed icky. But that was because was predicting his movements based on decades of martial arts training. However it's different now, this is less of prediction and more like precognition. This is few first-rate masters can't defeat single master the pinnacle evil. When person sees the direction and trajectory of their opponent's attacks clearly, how could first-rate martial artist ever defeat master the pinnacle? Then this time, tell. Instinctively this blue line leads to the opponent's weak point. And it's the optimal path for me to attack. The red line is for the opponent's attacks and the blue line is for making optimal attack. It seems that because the difference power is so great many weak points are being revealed. Damn it is hurts, it feels like brain is on fire, good is brain overloading when use this. Huff of sun bitch huff. Almost got us all killed, what gives the right to dodge? Manager Joni U. You can arcad the chaperone N Thundiskanskom. Assistant manager ELN Hyun, are you okay ow? I've only used the site for a moment, but the pain is unbearable. View what could be the problem. After calming down confused colleagues, took them into cave, built fire and roasted berries to feed them before they fell asleep. Oh, at I'll Ike with this blunt wooden stick that doesn't even contain any internal energy. Cut leaf half. The site of the pinnacle seems to be brain arbitrarily assigning colors blue and red to the opponent's fighting path that I'm recognizing. When use this, all the opponent's movements are ready and aim for their weak points with the optimal path too. This is Kim Youngstown last life called the constant application of the maximization of the 5 senses can imitation of the pinnacle. Maximizing the 5 senses was forced to calculate the opponent's fighting path. This is incredible. The of the pinnacle. You can arcad the chaptka N Thunderskanskom IAO. All. Now 2 Ina 2. Master the pinnacle. Miles' brain still feels like it's on fire. Still, after finding and eating 8 Kwangju ginseng roots and practicing Longmen Qigong, the duration of sight has increased to about hour and half. Since I've already reached the pinnacle, there's no reason to sell the Kwangju ginseng. Solve financial problems with own abilities, then the remaining Kwangju. Rukanakad the Chaptromi N Thund Gaskins. Read. The 6-volume Book of Insights left Kim Youngstown last life and the secret verses he left before he died ahead. If pass on this knowledge Kim Youngstown, this life will surely surpass the Kim Young soon of last life you. The since I've also reached the pinnacle, the level of teachings get from Kim Youngstown will be incomparably greater than last life. Still have no clue how to reach the next level, but unlike the others heretofore, there's only one way for dull person like me to do it. Training, endless training, all ill, constantly maintaining the sight of the pinnacle until brain gets used to this. The goal for this life is to first overcome the burning pain feel when use this sight, and ultimately, 3 flowers gather the crown. Will reach the state known as the pinnacle of the pinnacle, all area all. Av. Head this series first at Vortex Scans. Him. Morning broke. As previous life, the fox that claimed to rule this forest came to me when I extended army offering it to the fox. Sudden curiosity struck me. Would I see the red thread this fox as well? VortexScars.com A. Read. The whole world is red. I can't win. What the world is this? How could space itself be filled with this crimson light? Acre. Several days later, when the cultivators returned, I once again could only wear dumbfounded expression. VortexScars.com are read. Bal. Is this the difference between cultivators and martial artists? I can't win, there's no single opening. This level, even a peak master would to defeat even the lowest of cultivators. QI refinement first start the day after the cultivators took their companions away. I seized the moment to ask so well. The Dragon King of the Sea, who had come to fetch assistant, oh yes, is Vortex Scars. Oh Dragon King, this unworthy one dares to pose question. What is it? After I explained roughly what I had witnessed, I asked him about the crimson domain of cultivators. Heather. Cultivators possess what is called she. It's known many names as consciousness, awareness, or perception. For ordinary mortals, shit remains within the brain. But cultivators extend that shit outward, blanketing the space around them. It is the same for spirit beast Taoists such as myself. Does that answer suffice? Thank you. Vortex Scans. Oh. Perhaps because the conversation was phrased lofty words Skim Horton did not fully understand. Not long after So Hell disappeared, the hunchbacked freak riding puppet appeared again, declaring he would take Chief Kim. He shoved Kim Iu Maruiv Mike in spatial rift. VortexScars.com carrot. What the UEC? Damn it. VortexScars.com. Last time it was a top tree and now underwater. What damned joke. Had ha, where is this place? It's completely different. Judging the terrain, underscore. This must be the dyed lake of Yen Kingdom nearby, should be Change Castle. Urea. Then what do we do now? If there were people nearby, we could the least ask where we are. Across the lake there's building. Oh, is that? Since I swim, I'll head there and borrow some clothes and food. Assistant Vortex Scars. So. Yo. Damn it, did I even bother wearing clothes? If memory is correct, that building. It was surely bandit hideout. I came here past life to annihilate them. The leader was late stage. First class match tub acidity snag. Teen the mid stage first class. The rest were nothing, mostly just second and third rates. But they were numerous. They coated their blades with poison when they fought. Underscore. AOL. What's that? Vortex Scars. Oh. What nut job thighs? Who the hell crime into turf brat if won't wanna one bet lost. Have ball. Little Bastion. 2 to bet lost. Good enough. They're all. How many have killed here? You on of bitch, just the Vortex Scars co ones I personally sent to hell, number over 50. From on now. Anyone who has taken life even once, come me. Ha 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 la. Bagtaro, come crawl here. Huh? Who's that guys? Well, this son of bitch grab your weapons rats crawled in. No need to even ask, all have to die. Duluth, Reverend Peak MSEE, spare. One question at. How long have I been here ice? About on day long. VortexScars.com past life, it took me about full day to annihilate them, that too only after setting fire to this place and scattering them. Cutting them down one with poisoned sword. But this time just single day long, I wiped them out with nothing but this wooden stick. Vest and now die Q80 the money we're viewed. Vortex S Cars O. I already know where the treasure stash is, give been here before. A. Thank you great hero. CHH. Thanks for avenging up against these damned bandits. VortexSCHHS.com. Hero might the least share yoke name or epithet, if do I swear I will repay the favor. Name an epithet please do tell me. Limitless Battle Demon. That is named. Real this series first all Vortex scans. Lie. This series first at Vortex scans lie. I went with Kim Young-hon to change castle, we forged household passes and purchased mana with the money taken from the bandits all. After that, just like previous life, I taught him both literacy and martial arts. Vortex Scars. Oh. About 2 months later. He's growing faster, it's almost disheartening. Some people spend their entire lives reaching the peak realm while others, thanks to only to their guidance of peak master and first-class martial arts, skip over near peak realm entirely and step directly into the Three Blossoms Crown Peak. Congratulations, before you've even fully mastered and writing you've broken through into the Three Blossoms Crown Peak all. Even I find myself amazed that I would have such martial talent. Now that I think of it, after Kim Horton reached the Three Blossoms Crown Peak, I never once had proper duel with him. I was always the one training under him. VortexScans.com too. Then shall we have dwelled hard duel? Okay. Found cinch Mimi, I even feel like might win. Alog oops to culm. Sure technique via O. The severing pulse blade collides dragon tomb motor. Damn it, blue line is being pushed back, I need to evade. Vortex S Cars. Oh, not if I evade, I'll keep getting driven backwards. Right, this life chance to beat him is right now. This is probably. Kim Horton will continue to grow terrifying speed. Next time we fight, hell already be far above me that I won't even be able to look him the eyes. This anomaly 8, this anomaly standing just on the edge of the Three Blossoms Crown Peak is last chance to defeat him this life. Zap. Even if I have to put everything on the line. VortexScars.com Mew. 2. Yes, give broken the of his stance. Terms of actual combat experience, I'm ahead. You. T-ill show the realm of the Three Blossoms Crown Peak. What is this? Every sense of mine is screaming danger. Ill. VortexScans.com. Something is coming. Blade Gorge. If I take that headlong, it'll be cut apart. Avarimwa. Vortex S Cars O. Honor impressive tax. Withstood counterattack. IAO, normally your blade should have shattered. And you be sent flying back. It seems this is defeat. Since weapon is broken, that's disgrace for any martial man. Ooh, Vortex S Cars. Oh, still you're quite skilled and seasoned, aren't you? Don't worry, from now on I'll never be able to win against anyway. Now that you've reached the Three Blossoms Crown Peak, give prepared gift. Oh, want the duel just now gift? There's something more. Vortex S Cars. Oh guy, yes, here guy. This is its martial arts manual called Record of the Martial Arts Surpassing Through Cultivation and Leaps. I bought this from old man, he said the minimum entry requirement was the Three Blossoms Crown Peak. I tried it but couldn't make sense of it, so I'll give it to you. Oh, this is truly fated encounter. I'll gratefully study it. After finishing his literacy lesson, Skim Horton devoured all 6 volumes of the Record of the Martial Arts Surpassing Through Cultivation and Leaps. 4 months later. Brother Horton. Give brought back money ha vortexscans.com. I caught target this time, so the bounty was hefty. What, he's gone? There's no sign of his presence. He has left the house entirely. Ha ha ha. I tried one of the techniques written, the record of the martial arts surpassing through cultivation. And leaps really couldn't detect me all. This book is truly supreme martial manual. That's this strange technique past life. Kim Horton only used it after reaching the 5-path core. But now this life, not even year after regression, he's already able to use it. Ha ha ha. It's just one of the techniques recorded the book for even someone the peak realm like not to sense it with intent. I could assassinate anyone. As expected, talent is. Anyway, I plan to roam the martial world to gain real combat experience. Will come along, brother. So the martial world say not ill pass, brother Kim. Vortex Scansko, what do mean? I think I need to stabilize realm the peak little longer. True, you're still the early peak realm. You're not yet able to use sword threads. Yes, that too, but give also take an interest the Imperial Court vortexscars.com. The Imperial Court. If I serve the government office, then one day it might help you, brother Kim, who's active the martial world, the brother, so I'm truly grateful. Thus we decided to part for a while. Of course, reason for entering the Imperial Court also had some ulterior motives. During time as strategist of the Purim Alliance, I learned that the royal family of the Yen Kingdom was more deeply entangled with cultivators than any other group. Rumor had it that the Yen imperial family was even cadet branch of the cultivation path clan vortexscans.com, so I first applied to join the Yen Kingdom's military. Because I had become well known the martial world as bounty hunter, the military welcomed me eagerly. Whip. Once inside the army, I quickly earned recognition and rose to the rank of general. Then I applied for the Imperial Guard and passed without issue. All this was achieved within 5 years since regression. Your mission is to guard His Majesty the Emperor with your life as someone the peak realm should be more than capable. Yes, I shall keep that mind. I was then placed into the Imperial Shadow Guard and trained for 4 months stealth techniques and the art of concealing presence before being deployed to the Emperor's protection. Last the day came when I was to stand before the Emperor. On that day I made shocking discovery. Real this series first all vortexes. LIH.